What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Devil's Details Diecast Wastelands series. Today we have two combat ambulances. They've used these castings for everything from delivery trucks to carbonated series, which I think this one is, and this is an ice truck. Today we are going to turn these into a wasteland food truck type vehicle. Still got to eat in the apocalyptic world, and I'm assuming that food is probably a big money maker for these guys. So we are going to take these two castings and make them into some type of food galley, if you will. Not sure where we're going with them yet, but again, we're clearing out the junk pile and the extra castings pile before the new year hits. So we are going to go ahead and take these apart and make them into some type of food wagon. So stick around for that. Should be a fun build, as they always are, and we'll see what we come up with.
Well, I ain't evil, I'm just good looking. Start a little fire and baby start cooking. You're a hungry man, but you don't want pizza. I'll blow down your house and then I'm gonna eat you. Bring it to a simmer.
Alright, so here we have the food truck way out of the stripper and way modified. Again, I apologize for my lack of updates on these builds. Hopefully in the new year I will work a lot harder on showing you some of these processes, but I just get building and honestly forget to turn on the camera. Plus I use my phone for music, and every time I go to film I have to turn off the music, and sometimes I just get in the groove and I don't want to turn off my music and I just start building. So as you can see, I cut the front off of the second panel truck or food truck, and in true human centipede style, merged it to the back of the front panel truck. I used some super glue and baking soda. Got a nice strong bond there. May not be the prettiest, but again, this is a Wastelands build, and they just grab what they have and weld together pieces, so I will clean it up a little bit, but not too much because it's Wastelands. So now we have a nice base for our food truck. I did cut out the big window here. I am working on an awning right now, which you'll see in a second. Just letting the Pro Weld dry on the styrene for that. This side here is probably just going to be either a big graphic or just some paint, or maybe a big menu board or something. Haven't really decided, or maybe even some defense or some offense armor, or I don't know, propane tanks or exhaust. I don't even know yet. I haven't decided. Not there yet. I did test fit all the wheels and the interior flooring. I cut all that stuff up. It's all here in this box. I'm going to change out the stock wheels. They're still in there, but I'm going to put some new wheels on it. Everything works as far as that. So what I want to do now is make a flip-up awning, because it is the Wastelands, and I'm sure there will be times that they will come under attack. So I'm going to make a hinged awning, which I've done here with this piece of styrene. So I just got a piece of styrene, obviously, and a styrene tube. And I got some piano wire here. So what we're going to do is take the styrene. Let's see if I did this right. Since it is bendable, let's see how I'm going to do this here. Of course, it all works well in your brain, but come on, here we go. I might have to trim this, actually. It's a little bit wider than I started out with. Of course, I wanted it wider to... Maybe I'll just make it an external hinge. I was going to try to make it an internal hinge, but maybe I'll just do it on the roof. Alright, so here's a little grill I made for our food truck here. Various assortment of meats on it. I'm showing you this outside of the truck because once it's inside you probably won't really be able to see it. It's kind of dark inside the truck. But just basically made it with some styrene, some music wire, and the charcoal is some Railway Scenics coarse ballast in black. The meat pieces are some milliput that I just kind of sculpted into little pieces there. You can see kind of a bone on that one. And the smoke is just some Q-tips that I pulled the cotton off of. And then I just kind of painted it up in this gray kind of stainless color. And that's going to go inside the truck in the back there, which again you probably won't see too much of. I'll try to get some good footage of it when I do the final reveal, but that's the grill. So stick around and we're finally going to get this thing wrapped up. So I always have a lot of people asking how I do my weathering, and figured I'd give you guys a sneak peek at what I basically use most of the time. And maybe some of you will be surprised that it's virtually all just acrylic paint. I don't have any fancy Citadel stuff or Tamiya stuff. I do have some Tamiya weathering powders somewhere. I rarely use those. I guess the most fancy thing I use is this Tamiya Color Smoke. That gives me kind of a clear black for like exhaust or black wash basically. But yeah, most of my stuff is all just acrylic, oranges, blacks, burnt umber for like mud, vanilla color for like whites or faded colors. This is just ground up chalk. Is it chalk? I don't even know what they are. Not the acrylic, not the oils, but I guess the acrylic pastels. I just put them in a coffee grinder. Obviously, they're not used for coffee, but just the acrylic. I need some more actually. I just get like the orange colors and throw them in, maybe a little bit of brown as well, and then I just apply them with like these little kind of poof brushes or makeup brushes. So when the car is wet with paint, I'll just dab this in here. Just kind of give it a little brush over, which gives it kind of the dusty look. Most of the time I'll add some of the acrylics and then spray it with dull coat and then go over it with the dust. Excuse me, with the dust. And that kind of gives it a wet, rusty look. Sorry for the focus there. I don't know why that's not focusing. There we go. And I'll also give you guys a pre-weathered look at the food truck. So this is basically all assembled and ready for paint. Just basically has a base of black primer, and I'm getting ready to weather it up. So stick around for the final reveal. I think you're gonna like it. And if you remember, this is what we started with: 2 combat ambulances that have been turned into delivery trucks from Hot Wheels. And our goal today was to turn them into some type of food truck or food galley for the post-apocalyptic world. And this is what we came up with. The Wastelands food truck, aka Roach Coach, in all of its glory, I guess you could say. This is the non-business side, as you can see. Kind of plain on this side. I didn't really have much ideas for this side. Got a little decal there of a vulture on a skull, which was pretty fitting for a food truck in the Wastelands. This side piece here was from a Xbox bottom that was broken. Just thought it added kind of a visual look there. We got a little bit of we got a ladder here to get up to the top. Got a exhaust pipe here and a kitchen exhaust there. I don't know if you can recognize that. It's the bottom of a crazy glue base, I guess you could call it. Front end here we got a bull bar, a bug shield, a sunshade, it says eat, and a decaying pig head on a spike. Pretty appetizing. I'm sure somebody in the Wastelands would probably eat it. I did retain the glass on this one, just because I always take the glass out on most of these builds, and I figured nobody really messes with the food truck because everybody does want to eat, so I don't think anybody really messes with a food truck in the Wastelands. As you can see, there's a good amount of blood on the front. I'm assuming that's how this guy gets most of his meats to cook. Speaking of cooking, he's got his oil can on the side there. I don't even want to know what kind of oil he may use to cook the food, but it does roll, as you can see. This is an uneven piece of foam, but it does roll. I kept the wheels blue because I thought it was a cool contrast to the rest of the car, or truck, I should say. Does have the flip down canopy, as you can see, made of metal to protect the insides. Has a menu on the side here. It's kind of been traveling the Wasteland, so it's a little smeared, but we got rat for $8, dog for $10, and crow for $7. And that's just what he puts on the menu. We can imagine, what it actually is. Canopy flips up here with a little hinge. And try to get you a good shot of the inside. I knew this was going to be kind of hard to show. Hang on. This canopy does stay up, of course, until you try to video it. See if I can get some more light here. Pardon. So the inside there, you can see the grill. There's a little hood that I made out of aluminum. You kind of see it there. Be the hood to catch the exhaust. It's a little lower than I wanted, but I put the car together and glued everything, so I couldn't really change it. So in my imagination, it kind of pulls down over the food, maybe as he's driving, to keep the dust and dirt off the food, that he really cares about that. Got a couple of cans here left on the counter, some dirty rags in the corner. He is protected, of course, by the bars, in case somebody does try to rob him or whatever of the food, if somebody doesn't have the right currency, I guess. So there's the side, and then the back, of course, he is protected by a chained door. You can see some fluids coming out the back there. Again, don't really want to know what those are from. I'm assuming the back is where he does his slaughtering. I'd assume in the Wastelands, he tries to keep everything contained into this vehicle so he doesn't have to, be exposed on the outside of the vehicle for too long, exposing himself to, raiders or pirates or whoever that may come along and try to steal his rig or whatever else. But super fun doing this. Hope you guys had fun watching. I try to include more build step-by-step tutorials here. And again, going into 2021, I'm going to try to do that more on this channel, be more instructional, and let you guys in a little bit more on the secrets of how I make these builds. This, of course, will be available on eBay. Link is in the description below. So I hope you, if you are interested in owning this, you can bid below. Well, bid on eBay. And we'll see you on the next build. Stick around for some glamour shots at the end. Be well.
Ha 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 ha!